This guitar, my father brought it home. It must have been between 53, 54. And when I saw this guitar, I hated this guitar. I mean, I looked at this guitar, I said, nah, come on now. I just thought it was a piece of junk, actually, really. I really didn't appreciate the guitar. I really didn't. My uncle used to come over, and my other uncle used to play guitar. We used to play mandolin and guitar and stuff. And then I started to like this guitar. So I started to do some folky sounding things and started playing a little figure style stuff. And I started to dig it. I started to use this guitar. I tell you, I played it on a lot of sessions, but I don't even remember how many. And of course, you know Phil Spector loved this guitar. I played on a couple of the Crystals albums and some of the Ronette stuff. Phil just found out that I had this guitar because from me playing on some Carole King sessions and stuff, and he found out that I had this guitar. He said, bring that Martin with you. So I used to go to a session, bring the Martin, and he used to always have me use it on, there used to be 3 guitar players, and they used to have me playing like a 16th kind of a thing. Specifically, I remember playing it on the Neil Diamond record, Cherry Cherry. Actually, it's 2 of us. It's me and my buddy Al Gorgoni on another acoustic. I'm not sure if it was a Martin or not, but it was like 2 guitars. You know, everybody loves these guitars. You know, they see you got a Martin, they go, wow, yeah, it's a Martin, man. Let me see that thing, you know. Anybody you meet, any recording artists, they all have great respect for Martin. BB saw this guitar once. He goes, yeah, it's a nice axe. He said, I don't play that kind of axe. He said, I don't play that kind of guitar. He said, but that's a good guitar. He says, Martin, that's a good guitar. He says, it's in the right hands, he said. He said, you know, in my hands. But anyway, which was nice coming from B.B. King. Steven Stills wanted to buy it. Well, I knew Stevie way before, you know, before he was in Buffalo Springfield and everything. And me and him used to jam together, and he always loved this guitar. And I want to buy that guitar from him. You know, he didn't really have any money, but he, you know, I mean, I had more money than him at that time. Yeah, and then Joan Baez, of course, loved this guitar. And she said, if you ever want to sell it, I'd love to buy a guitar from you. But I told her I was never going to sell it. You know, also liked it? Eric Weisberg loved this guitar. He's the first guy that told me he thought this guitar was worth a lot of money. He's the guy that played on dueling banjos. He used to do some studio work with me. And he said to me, man, you know how much that guitar is worth? I said, no, not really, Eric, you know. I had so many guitars I didn't know, you know. So he goes, it's worth a lot of money, man. That's a herringbone. It's pretty much the way it was when I first got it. And I never asked my father how much he paid for it. I never appreciated it really as much as I do now. Yeah, I'm not going to part with it. I'm not going to part with it.